Hi guys, welcome back to Skylines, and we're continuing on by trying to resolve our food crisis, which I still don't understand why we're having such a hard problem, providing our emergency shelters. If you have enough money, it should just be filled all the time. It doesn't make any sense. But I think that will just resolve itself as we go along. I'm going to increase our industrial area here for starters. So let's do that, because I think that this needs to happen. Let me just put a bit of a road here. Let's just make a bit of a road coming out here. I want this area to be like an industrial area, so I'm just going to... Actually, I quite like the shape of that as well. And then we're just going to run a line across here. This is going to be an industrial area, so I'm giving plenty of space between the buildings. Right, let's just get some more industry in, because this is going to be our filthy industry area. It's also a place we got our garbage. We'll keep an eye on that as well and see how the city dump is working out. Right, so we'll let those buildings come in, and then we'll be able to get rid of some of those pylons a little bit. But we do need more space for residents, and I think what we should do is expand further down here from Timerge Park. And also I was thinking about making... We have got a highway junction right here, but I'm thinking it would be good to have a highway junction here, which leads basically just into the town. But we don't really have a major infrastructure route in and out of the town here. That's why we've got this road. So I'm a little bit hesitant to make... I suppose what I might do is make it an exit only. So people can only exit the city that way, but they can't come in or something. Or maybe I'll make it so that they can enter this way, but I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Do you have a shipping port, Luton? Not yet, because we need to get to the ocean. And as you can see, there is the capacity for that, but we're just not there yet. But that will happen. That will be a thing, but we're just not quite there yet. Well, I think firstly we should fill in this area here with residential, and then we can worry about that. So let's do that, I guess. And I think, again, this probably should be a whole new town past this point, because I think the heights of Fuse are basically done at this stage. So this can be like a new area of town. These are our new, quite nice looking parts of town. Oh yeah. Oh my god, let's go for a crossroads. Yes. Let's have a couple of crossroads in there. Oh, I'm loving the free build action. It's feeling good. It's feeling good to me. Let's just keep this curve on going. Let's curve it all the way around. Yes. And let's get a roundabout in there, because why the hell not? With trees. I'm loving it. Loving it. Loving it. Beautiful, not perfect roundabout. Okay. Let's connect this up over here. Oh, it's such a work of art. Loving the roundabout. And then this one can go down here and do like a weird S-bend. Why not? What mods are being used? Sorry if it says anyway, I'm terrible at using Twitch. I don't have that linked, but on my YouTube channel for this series is the list for, well, not for all the mods on this, but it has my my basic mod list, which contains a lot of useful stuff. Narcles just subscribed. Thank you very much, Narcles. Welcome on board. That's taken us over 200 now, guys. We're doing very nicely at the moment with the subscribers. And of course, I can't... Is that a security camera or something? What is that? Oh, it's jumping around. Space occupied by what? Oh, maybe the shelter? That's okay. We'll just put a lane through here. We'll just put a lane. There's not enough space for anything more than a lane anyway. There we go. Although to be fair, what we might do is just connect the lane up to the roundabout. I'm liking this new area. I'm liking this new area in its confusing complexity. Okay, now let's just pause for a second. Actually, no, it's fine. We'll let everything run on. Now let's just get some nice roads here going down. These are going to be the waterfront properties. So we'll just have a couple of little offshoot cul-de-sacs as usual. Why is that a one-way? Why did I do that? So I always like doing these little roads on the edge of town because that is kind of like often what you may have in real life. Right, okay, so now let's just do our little waterfront road. So this is going to sweep around here, take in the natural beauty of the area. There we go. It's connected up, and again I might just run some more down here like this. Now, question is, how am I going to do this? I guess just like that. And then I think I will run again a lane going all the way down. Not all the way down, I don't think, because we've got that nice space, so we'll just bring it around like that. And again, probably just do that. Sorted. It's picture perfect. Noel's freaking out in the chat. Professor says, I wish I could make cities that look this good. Mine are basically just lots of squares. Well, that's the whole point. That's the whole point. Luton, have you thought about making an armor map? I have, 100%. But the trouble with making an armor map is that it's really, really hard. Shadow's told me about it before, that basically it's very difficult. It's very difficult to do, and there's like a hell of a lot to know about and, you know, programs to use, and there's almost no tutorials anywhere about it. So it's not a question of like why haven't I done it? I just, you know, there's no resources to learn how to do it, and that's the problem, you see. Some water issues here. I'm going to have water issues down here as well if we're not careful. I'm actually going to do it like this. I'm going to... Sorry, excuse this. Okay, there we go. Right, and then also we'll run down here. Right, we're going to have to build, guys, new area. Because like I said, Fuse's district is too big. Can't get any bigger. So this is going to be a whole new area. So if you would like this new residential area for yourself, please tell me in the chat. And we'll get that sorted out. Currently known as Spruce Heights, soon to be known as something else. And that's working just fine. Right, so here we go. Just tidy up these edges a little bit. Now, as I say, we do need to get an entertainment leisure area of town somewhere, but I don't know exactly where. What's this? LB next to Fuse. 100% that is what has to happen. So we've got the heights of Fuse. What should we have here, LB? LB what? Luton, do not put LB there. I will unsub and take you out. It has to be, really. It has to be LB in there. No, it's got to be LB. It's got to be LB. We can get exploit in somewhere else. What is happening at the timber yards and the agriculture? It's all falling apart. Not enough buyers for products. I don't understand that. How can there not be enough buyers? It's like they've got access to everything. They've got access to the industrial area. Like, how can there be not buyers for their products? Bloody farmers. Every time I've done this in this game, farmers always cause me a big problem. LB, not Fuses, no. Dobby says, Luton, what about us Patreon guys? Well, it's always a bit tricky because that's a tricky thing because, like I've said before, like the way I see the Patreon stuff is it's like people who support me on Patreon are, I always assume, and I've said this for ages, like if you watch a lot of the streams, then, you know, by all means subscribe on Twitch. If you watch a lot of my YouTube stuff and you don't catch a lot of the streams, because sometimes people are like, I want to support you, but I'm not sure whether to do it with Patreon or with Twitch. So I usually say, well, if you watch all the streams, sub on Twitch. If you watch everything else that I do, but you don't catch all the streams, then do Patreon. So it's a bit of a tricky one, but there's not that many places, and I do tend to, you know, I just assign this for Twitch people basically. What's it going to be called then, LB? LB Flats. The farmers are in a union. No, but they're complaining they can't sell their stuff. Maybe they're selling it too expensive. They want too much for their money. The Heights of Fuse. What if we had the LB Lowlands or something? I quite like that. There we go. The LB Lowlands. That's really good. Okay, let's start filling it in. Which area is going to be better? LB, do you think that we should LB, do you think we should put like a leisure district, like clubs and stuff, like between the two areas? Or do you think like big parks or what? I'm thinking maybe put like a bit of a leisure strip with like clubs and dance, you know, get some of that stuff going on. Clubs and bars, just, you know, places for people to hang out, and just, you know, maybe a skate park. Get skate parking on the edge or something. Get some stuff, get some real classy action going on. I think that's what we should have. LB says 11 out of 10 for clubs. Loving it, loving it. So we'll make this little area of town here like clubland, I guess. I'm going to have to split a little bit off LB. Just for that. Right, so I'm just going to section this little area here. They're going to be loving it, loving it, loving it. Put some tennis courts as well, because Fuse loves them. Okay. I think they have tennis courts already, though, at Heights of Fuse. The Heights of Fuse has got dressage, though. It does have that going for it. It has the dressage sense. Brandon, how you doing there? Yep, doing fine, thanks. Right, let's try and clean this up. It's always very tricky to create these areas, because it wants to just snap constantly to the roads. Okay. So I'm going to make this little area here a leisure area. Fuse is not going to talk to me tomorrow now. I have to get on TeamSpeak and talk to Fuse about this immediately after the stream. He's probably on TS right now, swearing at Flame. Right, there we go. This is a bit of a tricky one, because I kind of... Right. It's a bit half-assed, but I hate this system of... I wish you could turn off like snapping for the design of this stuff. Okay, there we go. Right, so this can be... there we are, look. Who is it who wanted this area? Exploit. So we'll call this place Exploit Clubland. Got it going on. Okay, so let's sort this one out. So it's going to be leisure specialization, causes noise pollution, and Twitch Prime 3 months in a row, finally caught a stream and skipped work. Snow MVP. Thanks so much, Foul War Dog. Welcome this evening. Hope you're having a nice time. Right, Exploits Clubland. Look at that face as well. It's like trolling you, Fuse. Fuse, it said some places are open 24/7 in Clubland, so that's going to be pretty exciting for people down there. Let's get it going on. Let's club up. They can't wait for it. The residents of Fuse Town are just going to be overwhelmed with happiness for this. Right, in the meantime, let's get LB's Lowlands kicking off by getting a few houses down here. Fill this in. We'll have to build a new disaster shelter here shortly. Need to check how the water situation also is. Right, that'll do. Anything else, LB, that you specifically want to add in on this area here? Luton, you are OCDing to the max. Yeah, I know. It's all good. Oh yes, look at that. It's the game station. And what else? We've got a couple of game stations, a couple of skanky bars. It's the karaoke wonderland. Karaoke wonderland right now. He says I'm turning the bot off and going to play. All out war breaking out in the chat. Okay. Right, let's get the water resources going on. Let's have this issue. Right, nearly done on this bit. Now we're going to need schools, and the other thing we're going to need is for Timajay Park, we're going to need a medical centre as well, because we haven't done that. We also haven't done policing. In fact, policing over here at Blue Adder is looking a bit bad on one side of town, but I think that's probably just one or two buildings having a big issue, rather than because the police station we've got down there is good. So let's have a look. Yeah, we don't need too much though. We could do with like something down here, which I can probably put next to the. Probably just put like a local police station here, like this one. Just put a headquarters, and that'll cover that whole area real good. And then I can probably just do the same over here as well. See whether I can get it. Yeah, that's pretty good. So get a police station in there. Now we're going to need a fire station for this area as well, of course. We should probably get one in here that will work good. That's 15 fire engines, might be a bit overkill. Let's have a look. 4, 6. The SimCity fire station is always quite good. 6 fire engines. And I'll place that next to the police station. And then we need some medical stuff. Now, as I said, we've been doing pretty bad with medical. We've got the privately owned hospital. Which is actually the idea with the privately owned hospital, which we actually put down here. Is the idea is basically it's the idea is that so I actually spoke to the guy who made this mod, because basically the upkeep is only 16 per week, which is super minimal. Like for the city to pay, it's only 16 per week, and it houses 400 patients. But then the owner, he was like, well, in the US the government don't actually pay for the healthcare because it's all private. And I was like, that makes sense to a point. So the idea is that I said, well, it's a bit of a cheat, because you could cheat with this and just put them everywhere and have healthcare for nothing for your city. But I decided that because I actually really like the model of this one. I like that model. It's a nice model. But I decided that what I would do is I would place it basically like here. So I'd place it in wealthy areas of town where you might have private healthcare. Okay, and then for the other areas of town, which are just like, you know, the government running the show, then you just use the standard health options. So I'm fine with placing it down in an area where I consider it to be basically like a kind of more upmarket area that might want to have specific access to private healthcare. So I'm fine with, like, you know, putting that here so that it serves this whole area. You can see the model is nice. It's a nice building. But as I say, I think it just kind of works depending on what you're doing with the area. And you can see, like, we've filled our residential quota somewhat anyway for now. I think we could do with some nice parks in here though. Let's get dog park. People love dog parks. Bit big there. I'm gonna find a good space for it. There we go. I'll make everybody very happy. And let's get that down in Timajay as well, because people love dogs. Not me though. I don't mind dogs, but they're not my favourite animal. Right, there we go. Okay, beautiful. Still got issues with the bloody food shelters though. It really gets on my nerves, that. There is major problems in the agriculture part of town. Look at this. I had this problem endlessly before now. Have we got the what's that? Have we got the new DLC, Disasters? Yep, it is DLC. Am I a cat person? Yeah. We had cats all our lives. I don't hate dogs though, they're fine. But I just kind of, if I had choice, I'd probably go with a cat. So, we've got uneducated workers 5. Yeah, we're back to the old issue of having uneducated workers. Oh, they've just filled in. I think what we need to do is... What we need to do is... I've had to do this before in the past, where you basically make a kind of... a town which is almost like a pool of workers for working in an uneducated way. And I'm kind of like, I always feel like that shouldn't be necessary. Let's check our death care, guys, because I was concerned about that. Also, like I said, we've got no medical care down here, so I'm just going to get some medical care in. Yeah, I'll get a pharmacy in on town. Help people out a little bit. We've got plenty of healthcare going. I'm going to put a farm. Well, we don't need to do it yet. Don't need to do it there yet. Let's have a look. What else? We've got a big hospital here in town, so we don't need to worry about that. I wanted to get a pharmacy over here, but there's no space to do so right now. We're doing very well. I'm going to make a save because we haven't saved for it the entire time we've been playing, which I probably should have done earlier. You guys have been letting me down on a stream. You haven't told me to save. Let's have a look. Clubland is developing very quickly. Look at this. They are loving it, loving it, loving it. I'm actually doing well with everything else. Let's check our water. Sewage treatment is on the border. Electricity is great. Landfill is okay. Policing was fine anyway. Education. Now, this area here has not got the best education, to be fair. But then again, neither has this part of town. But a lot of this part of town have already graduated. There's only a few which haven't, so I'm not so worried about that. But I feel like if we were to go to the high school side of things, that might be a different story. Where was like the normal high school thing? This. Yeah. We're still pretty good on high school capacity though. Like most of the areas have one. It's only down here where they don't. Like this area of town. And I think that the Heights of Fuse really should have a high school. I swear I built one down here actually. But anyway, we'll put that there, look. And that should serve most of this area. But as I say, Timajay Park I feel like it could use it as well. I'm going to actually build it right here. I'm going to build it right there, and I'm going to connect this road to this road. So it's a little bit easier for people to get into town here. Oh my god, people are loving it. They're really happy about that high school. Okay, now what else? Now another thing we haven't done for a while is we haven't put monuments in or other bits and pieces, and I feel like we should do that. So let's have a look at what other extras we can add. Oh yes, the massive Santander Tower, which I wanted to build for a while, but half a square kind of didn't look the part for it, so I didn't build it. But it's almost getting there. But I think it's not quite there yet. Like half a square is impressive, but it's not as impressive as it could be yet. And also I'm feeling like the areas between the two are a little bit disjointed. Anyway, let's have a look. Now the other thing we were talking about doing was potentially expanding this area of town, remember, because we're going to connect up to the highway, or we're going to connect up to the highway further down here. So we could have like a highway route going in and out. That was going to be a possibility. And we haven't built anything like the Expo Centre, because that's usually something we can get in there. We have built some of these. I swear the Expo Centre was something you built very early on. A lighthouse. I'm trying to remember where that was. Oh, here it is. Yeah, we should build the Expo Centre, guys, because I built this in some of my other cities very early on, and we haven't done that at all here. Trying to figure out where to put it though. It produces a hell of a lot of noise. I feel like this could be very much the sort of... Oh, what if we built it like right here? That would be cool. I just like the idea of like some of these areas here on the outside of town are like specific function areas. Yeah, I very much like the idea of building it onto this road system here. Yeah, let's do that. So, if we build this here, it says it must be placed on a roadside, obviously. Well, I'm thinking what we do is we just basically build off this roundabout. But again, the way that this roundabout and stuff has been built means that they're basically like... they're very tight roads, and so it's a bit tricky to kind of actually upgrade them. Let's just have a look at it though. Maybe we can expand these a little bit. I was just hoping I could maybe make it a 3... Yeah, it's going to be too tight, you see. Not going to be able to expand on it. But that's okay. Because all we really want is a two-way... Actually, no. What we want to do is a... We really want just kind of like a 4-lane road, so there's a bit of capacity here, or a 6-lane even. I think what we could do is have a 6-lane road. To make the what? The right with public transport parking. Anyway, so yeah, what I really want to do is have like it keeps trying to build it off of one of these points, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to build off there. I want to build off that round bit. It's being a pain in the ass. It's not going to let me do it. Kind of want to do that, and then have a road which just goes up and down. Might be a bit too much. I'm maybe thinking a little too big here. I'm just aware of like how much traffic comes and goes from this thing. I had it for a second. Ah. I'm trying to just make sure I can connect this on here. Come on. There you go. Haha, fuck you, roundabout. Right, so that's what we want to do. Why not have a large road that goes underground? Don't mock me. Alright. We have done this already. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll just have a two-way... or a 2-lane even, a 2-lane one-way system which basically runs around. So we'll do like a semicircle, like that. And then what we'll do is we'll do like a single road like this, across here. And then we'll do another semicircle back around. Perfect. So that way they're going in and around one way. Okay, and then we can fill this area a nice little park here or something. So let's get our expo centre in, and then this, you see, can fit. It doesn't fit, okay. That will fit just there, but I will have to move my road back a little bit apparently. So we just have to decrease this a little. Let's try that. There we go. Perfect. It's actually really cool. The only weird thing is that it's got parking on this side, which looks a bit odd. But I will try to resolve that by putting roads down the side of here. It's still a little bit tight to that highway. I think I would feel happier if I moved it slightly. Tricky trying to fit stuff in where there's already things existing. Really? There we go. Okay, perfect. Right, that's a bit better. So now let's take our roads. Bring them back around. Damn, that is one extremely hard corner right there. Might be time for some road anarchy right here, I think. To be fair, almost everything in my builds is road anarchy. Let's see if I can't tidy this one up a little bit. I know, it's going to have to be that hard. Damn. It's like when even road anarchy won't allow you to do it, you know you're in trouble. Oh, there we go. Sorted. Right. So, by the way, I know that was a normal two-way. I was just trying to get it in place. Okay, there we go. Right, so that's our two-way system. Well, what am I talking about? One-way system, even. Right, there we go. So that's sorted. And then, as I say, what I'll do is I'll just create a one-way road system going around it as well, just for my own interest. Like this. Okay, one sec, guys, because I'm going to have to do something here that I'm not sure is going to work perfect. Gee, how the hell is this going to work? It's kind of allowing me to do it. I wasn't entirely sure how that was going to work. Damn these snapping to point. So irritating. Okay, that's kind of weird, but it still actually is just about coping, so I'm going to just go with it. Right, let's get rid of this. This area here will be a nice park or something. And that junction will not be a thing. Okay. Right, that's actually not bad, I think. I'm actually quite pleased with that. So you see, that's going to be our little area, and then we can kind of put trees and stuff onto this. Okay, so we need to get water and electricity out here. I'm surprised electricity can't make it across here. It's very, very short distance. It's actually kind of ridiculous. Where's my little underground thingy? I'll place it. This creates a lot of noise, so I'll just put it over here. There we go. Right, there we are. So it's got electricity and it's got everything it needs. So Expo Center is up and running. I'd say let's put some parks and stuff in here. Where's my picnic park thing that I made the other day? There we go. Oh, I thought I had enough space on here for it. I have to go this side. So there we go, we'll get a nice little park in there. And then we've got some space for like other little parks. Look. We can get some parks here along this side too. Front of the building. And then we can get some other smaller parks on this side as well. I'm just parking this one out a little bit. We're just going full on park. There we go. Okay, so we've got quite a few parks around that already where people can come and go. And then we can, what we'll do is we'll do like basically some walkways, some paths, because we've already got some pedestrian paths. So we'll do some pedestrian underpasses that are coming from the different areas so that people can walk to it. Loot and connect the rail and bus system to it. Well, there is basically a rail station around here already somewhere. We've got the subway system running, so I don't think we need to necessarily do that. And also there's the highway, like I say, I think most people, you know, they can walk or get over here if I can put some other stuff in, so I think it'll be fine. Instead of parks, what? What about a metro along the side instead of parks? I suppose we could actually do that. Let's have a look at... we need to actually keep housing as well, because I've noticed that the housing demand has gone a bit bonkers. So let's get some more housing in. We need to fill up our housing areas here. So we're filling in LB Lowlands. Get this sorted. And we'll keep also working over here at Timajay Park. So we're keeping everything going on. You'll notice the difference between the styles of the two places. This one is a bit more kind of regimented and the LB one is less so. Again, I just like to kind of have all the different parts of the city have their own sort of feeling and vibe to them, but I don't like to overthink it. So I don't mind actually that, although I'm going to completely contradict myself and put in a straight correction there because I wanted that to look a bit more angular. But yeah, I don't try to overthink the sort of layout of some of my towns and stuff like that. I just kind of put the stuff in and hope that that's all fine, you know. We're just going to actually branch this off here and connect this road up. Anyway, yeah, we'll get some pedestrian pathways in over there in a second. Let's fill this in. I feel like we could do with some sports over here, Timajay Park though, so let's have a look for sports. Track and field, that'd be good to get in. Let's have the track and field. If I can make it work. Those people are going to lose their houses. But maybe we can place it somewhere near... This is the high school, is like right there, so actually it would be quite good to place it there, and then it benefits some of the other areas here too. There you go, and it's right next to the high school. Well, I think it'd be good if we had a little walkway across here. Let's get some paths. I can just have a path going there so we can get to the track and field should they want to. Now let's have a look. Now we've got we've already got a path across here. We could do with some other walk paths perhaps, which come from the town around to the clubland over here, which we can get some more stuff down. The guy's very happy about this. Holy crap! That one Timothy. Now you see, this is the only trouble. This is the only trouble when you start having areas which have got like this is what is it? High-rise, high-density commercial building. It's a little bit out of place. Excuse my voice, guys. I'm losing my voice totally. I think for Timajay Park, I might actually put a policy in. My voice has gone bad. There we go. Of no high buildings, whatever it is. High-rise ban high-rise buildings, etc. Yeah, we don't really want them reaching the highest level there, because I don't think, you know, this is like an out-of-town area here. We don't really want to see like giant skyscraper buildings, so I'm going to allow them to have that for now. But yet again, this is always the problem with farming. Always the problem with farming. I'm going to build a new farming town to try and resolve this. This is always my problem with farming. Always. We're going to build a new little forest community out here, I think. Just get a new forest community. This will be a little village out here. Specifically for the farm workers. Because it's super annoying. It really is annoying. Okay, so they can be connected up by just this normal road here, and then we'll connect the road off to the farms like this. So we'll build like another little community down here. Doesn't need to be too big. And what we'll do is we'll put like a restriction that the workers are only basically, you know, because you can put that restriction in where they basically prefer to work than, you know, basically be educated. And we've done that before to try and resolve these kind of specific issues where basically people don't want to do the shitty jobs. You need like a mixed work pool basically, you know. I'm just kind of designing up my village. Okay, there we go. I think this is pretty decent. For now, anyway. Okay, so our little sort of out of town area here. And then we can get some other smaller little bits going through. Okay, there we go. And I can still, you know, we can continue on these little roads in different ways. Right, it's a good starting point anyway. Right, so let's we're going to need to get electricity and water out here. Water's not a problem. Just bring that down. I'm going to start off in this bit here, this sort of side of town. Okay, so we'll start off on this little bit. We need to get electricity over here as well, which I guess is also going to come from the farms. We'll just have some of the classic telephone pylons coming down here. These things are great because they're quite in keeping with the style of things. It's much better to have these than, as I've said before, like the full-on electricity pylons. These just are much more in keeping. Right, and of course, now that we've done this, we don't actually need any more residential, but maybe, just maybe, somebody will come and live here. Of course, that we've spent all that time building all that residential, and now we don't need any. Although, to be fair, according to the farmers, they now don't need any workers. So, but we'll see how it goes. We will still make this a new village specifically for this role. So, right, let's actually start setting that up. So we'll just build this. If you would like this new area to be yours, please tell me in the chat if you are a Twitch subscriber. Right, hills. I think actually we're going to have it as, it'll be a forest. So forest, whatever it's going to be. Whoever wishes to have this one. Right, so we're going to enact some policies on this. So we're going to have... Where is it? I think it's under... schools out. The citizens prefer working over education. Only a small portion of the eligible citizens will go study in the university. Now they'll still do the other kind of education, but I'm just not going to put any. I'm not going to put any high schools in around there. Let's have a look. What else can we use? I'm just seeing whether there's anything else you want to add in here. High rise, heavy traffic. Don't think so. I think that's all I want to put in there, basically. So, when there is some... oh, there is a very, very first person living here. The very, very first person. So we got one little guy living there. That's a bit sad and lonely. He's all by himself. Oh. Basically, it's... Oh, that's harsh, no. Harsh. The mentally challenged forest. No, yeah, if you're a sub, guys, and you would like the little out-of-town village, let me know. I said ages ago I wanted to check on my death care, and we didn't really do that. So we should go do that. We're going to have, obviously, a little out-of-town fire department and a little out-of-town police department. And we're going to need a little out-of-town medical department as well. Well, I can find it anyway. One sec, guys. Narc, please, you want it? Okay. Getting wrapped up in my cables here, guys, tonight. What medical place do we want to get in here? Small clinic? I think the small clinic is like too small for... Oh, actually. Small clinic is just fine. Okay, we'll have the small clinic. Well, I can figure out how to get it in here, that is. Let's put it there, I guess. Okay, so there we go. We've got some of the basics in. It's going to be Narcles Forest. Oh, rain. We have not had rain for some time. I hope it does not destroy my city as it has done before. Narcles New Age Commune. Robson, hey, good to see you, buddy. All the long-time subs and viewers here this evening, guys. It's good to see so many of you in. Right, so our very burgeoning little community. So hopefully that's going to provide a few more workers. Now we will have some schools in here a little bit. Let's have a look. We can put down the... there, look, we'll put down the portable classroom. I think that seems about appropriate for this sort of location. There we go. So that's our very small little starting town. We'll start that off. Right. So anyway, heading back towards town. Got some industry demand, and I think we're going to actually continue expanding our other industry. Oh shit, lightning. We'll keep expanding our other industry area here a little bit. We probably can remove at least one of these pylon areas right now. Holy shit. That felt like a lightning strike. This is where we hope we... Oh crap. Has half a square got lightning conductors turned on? Lightning rods. It didn't used to have like tall buildings, so I forgot to turn it on in that area. I don't think there's anywhere else that... There's only Creative Key, but their buildings are not really tall enough, I don't think, to warrant it. Oh, I'm very pleased to see that Timogé Park, the remember that big commercial building? Look, it's reduced down in size, so everything looks a bit more appropriate now. Prep for forest fire. Well, we are already. We have got Firewatch up in the hillside right here. We've got our Firewatch tower operating normally. And the Firewatch tower sees for quite some way, as I recall. Oh yeah, Death Care. I keep forgetting. I must come back to Death Care. Let's just have a look. Damn, yeah, we have no crematoriums in Blue Adder. Quite surprised by that. What else do we have? Really? We don't have any crematorium in Blue Adder? How have they been coping? Well, seeing as it's a big city, we should definitely have a nice city crematorium, something like, wherever it was. Not that, but something like this one. We should probably have an advanced large crematorium as well because of the size of this place. Triggers where to put it. Maybe here. Actually, maybe if we would place it like sort of here, we bridge between the two towns. It would be good at this point, I think, to start expanding this area. Let's just, oh man, look at the residential demand. Yet again, residential demand has skyrocketed. So let's expand Narcles Forest a little bit. Again, because I want this to be a semi-sparse sort of village-scape, I'm not just going to fill it in. I'm going to individually place blocks because then you get this much more sort of sporadic look to the place instead of everything being kind of just filled. You get more of a kind of a sparse building thing going on. We need to get some obviously residential in. This is going to be like town centre, I guess. Still need to get some commercial shops in there though, nonetheless. And then yeah, look, here we are. So we'll just fill in some of these places here. These guys are complaining they have no water because we didn't set that up yet. So let's just do that. Okay. I'm not sure why it's telling me I can place behind here. There's not even a road. So I'll just kind of alternate every other space or roughly thereabouts. Still need to make actual use of the space though, can't just put nothing in there. Get these riverfront properties going on. And there we are, I think we've utilised a lot of that residential demand. And we've got a burgeoning little town happening here, so that's nice. Nice little town out there. Water issues yet again. Now, death care and the roads. So, let's just save. Let's just save. So, what are we going to do here? Now, we've got our 4-lane road, and we've also got the highway connection. I wanted to maybe add a highway connection in, so... And then that's going to benefit everything here as well. So what we're going to do is pretty straightforward actually. We're going to build our... I'm going to build my usual 3-lane highway roundabout. So we'll do that like here on the edge. Not too big. That's quite big. And by the way, I know people have told me before you can do the whole thing with a cross to make a roundabout, but honestly most of the time I just find, you know, it's good enough. It's good enough. It's not quite perfect there. I potentially could get it a little bit better, but it's always like, this is the trouble as well. You'd be actually thinking, wouldn't you, that they would have like some kind of circle draw tool. See, that's good enough. Not perfect, it's good enough for me. You would think they would have some kind of circle drawing tool in the game at this point, wouldn't you, really? But no. Right, let's just do our very straightforward highway solutions as usual. So I'm just going to connect this over. I might actually just do underpasses, I'm not sure. Why? There we go. I think we'll go over. Okay, so this one's just going to come straight down here. Like so. I need to obviously reverse the direction of this. Okay, and then we just need to have an exit road going out. People on the stream, just too much. Relax, guys, it's all fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Trying to think how to do this. This is actually not how I normally do these things. Actually, let's just do this differently. I don't know why I've done it like this. It's not how I normally do it. What I normally do is have... Well, we either can have like 2 6 lanes. Where's my other roundabout? Or other roundabouts even. Yeah, sort of like these. You can either have like... the way I tend to do it anyways, you sort of have like... Have like a 6 lane coming out like that, and then have those roads connect to that 6 lane. That can cause a lot of... Nah, I don't know what I'm doing today. I really don't. I'm all over the place. Literally all over the place. I think it will help me actually if I just connect up these first of all. So we'll have this one just coming in like that, or thereabouts. It wants to actually be a harder turn, I think. That wants to turn a bit harder because it needs to come right in like that. And then same going out. Okay, there we go. So that's what, so we have those two kind of coming in and going out. And then I think what I've actually done before is, yeah, okay, so instead of going over, we will go under. And then this just comes up and connects to the other one. That corner needs to be harder. So I'm just going to get this to connect like this. There we go. That's not going to be extremely dangerous. And then we can just upgrade this one little bit here into like a 2 lane, so it just kind of is wider coming in. Not, you're just going to want to, as they come out of that tunnel, they're just going to want to watch where they're going basically. Just be, you know, so it's not too extreme. And then we just need to do a road which goes back the other way, which is much easier, because all we're going to do is just have this split off. Actually, let's just upgrade. No, not all that. Just that little bit there. And then see if we can't just... I can smarten that up a little bit. Perfect. There we go. Then we just go down underground. Come on. It's doing that stupid thing again where it tries some... Oh, oh, oh. That's it. Got it. Nailed it. Beautiful. And then all we do is a nice, smooth on-ramp. Ugh, I hate the snapping thing, seriously, it's so irritating. This thing never works for me. When you do like the smooth connection basically, where it's supposed to just... There you go, like that. That's better. Okay, so there we are. Luton's smooth, perfect junctions. One thing I might just do is... I might just have... Come on, you bastard. No! Why does it snap so much? It's so irritating. Look at it. Right, better. Okay, perfect. Perfect. The only trouble is that bit overlapping in. It's not so bad. It's capable. I disguise it with trees and stuff. Okay, so that's this one. What's this? Cars just clipping through stuff is my pet peeve in this game. Yeah, that is some of the clipping stuff, and I just feel like some of the road interactions could be, by default, a little bit cleaner, but whatever, you know. Okay, so now we've got that. Now we just need to get our in and out from town and also over here. So obviously for the town, what we'll do is have a national road, which basically will just connect straight up. There we go. So we have our national road which connects to and from the little town there, and then we're going to have to connect also to the main city, which is more problematic. I'm thinking probably the best way to do it is going to actually be to connect to this 4-lane, so that way if they want they can go straight in and they don't have to, or they can turn off, and that traffic can get in and out a bit easier. So what we will do is we will continue on. Actually, I think what we will do is we will just have a 6-lane. We'll have a 6-lane road there. That will allow for some capacity because we've got traffic lights on there. And then we'll just build I think we'll build like our own, instead of having a national road, I think we'll build yet another, we'll do like highway. So I think that's what we'll do. But that's going to be problematic because we're going to have to sort of split the road junction, which is a weird thing. So we kind of have to do like a Y junction really, sort of like that. See, this is the trouble. You can get this to work sometimes. When you're using road anarchy, it's very horrible. Like it sometimes will. There, that's what I want to do really, but still, it's not really perfect. It's very difficult to get these things looking right. Almost impossible, I think. That's not too bad. I kind of feel like, should I condense it down to a 4 first? Let's try and split it down to like a 4 first of all. Or like this, look. We'll get like this chevron bit in. Just like that, so it kind of splits it down. And then maybe this will work better, I don't know. Nope. Such a pain. It basically does the exact same thing. But it's like, look, why is that not a thing? That's about as good as I can get it. It's not ideal. It's very annoying. It's not ideal. It's not ideal at all. I'm trying to think if there's any other better way to do this. I wish there was some way that it was just pre-set up already. I think the only thing was I potentially had... Yeah, see, this was like a pre-made one, but... See, but that goes to like 3-lane highway. All the bloody stuff. that was slightly better than mine, though. I wonder what happens though if I convert these to 2-lane. Or maybe we don't. Maybe we have like 2-3 lanes and then it just converts to 2-lane or something like this. I don't know. Let's just see what happens if I convert this down to 2-lane. Hey, it's actually not too bad. But it's also pretty much on par with what I had already. I mean, it's not a million miles away from what I had already. See, this is my point. It's like it just doesn't smoothly do it. But I guess it's as good as we can get it, so. Right, anyway, okay, so let's just do this first highway extension. So I just wanted this area to basically have its own highway, basically. Yet again, if I can get this working. Look, like, why does it snap to connect? It's so irritating. Ridiculous. Like, it shouldn't do that. It shouldn't try to connect to these other roads like this. It's very annoying. Actually good enough. Cool. Okay, so there we go. So that's our nice kind of highway connection. Now again, the only thing I might do here is just to sort of smooth things along in terms of them actually, the traffic kind of getting on and off the highways. I think it works a little bit better if we do it like that. That'll just kind of that'll just help the actual roundabout like flow better. So I think we're just about done, and then we might just put something in the middle there. But that, I think, is working quite well. And then that way, the only trouble we may have is if traffic from here is going all the way down round the roundabout, but we will see. We will see. But there was another reason for this, of course, which was creating some... I suppose what we could do is... add like a national highway which connects straight on this line as well, or a road coming down here like this. I might put this in just because we wanted somewhere to put the graveyard, the crematorium, basically. And this might give the guys a way of getting out somewhere else. So we'll leave that there. We'll leave that. That'll work. I think I will put traffic lights on here though, because even though this is a national road, in fact, actually, what we'll do is we'll have national road to this point, and then we'll put lights here, and then this will just be standard road. So we'll just change this up. And that's better. Then once they get past those lights you see there, straight into that national road. Right, there we go. So that's that one done. Right. Okay, so there we are. Let's play on. Let's just see how this revolves out. Now let's just get our crematorium in. And of course, you can't place these kind of things on a national road, but they could be placed here. And if, because of that road connection, like if I place this here, it actually serves the whole area. So it's actually really good because we don't really have very good death care on this side of town. So it's actually, if I put it right here, they will go out to that city, and it actually gives that road some purpose as well. And I also like the idea of kind of having it a bit out of town, like away from the city. Just get some water going on over here. And it gives a bit of a, it gives a pretty smart, cool building to the guys here in town as well. And there's, as you can see, look, already a lot of traffic coming to and from town via that way. And also, look, loads of traffic immediately are using this. Now, one thing I noticed that I was probably going to have to fix. Let's just see here. Sometimes you get weird things with like right-hand turns. Oh yeah, it was going to be this. Yeah, see that you can turn. You can do like basically a U-turn here, which obviously you don't want to have. So what we want to do is do like Why can't I think straight today? Tired. Lanes, lane arrows. So we just don't want a left turn there, that's all. And they should both be able to just be basically... Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's all we want. And the rest of this looks fine. Yep, perfect. All working perfect. Fantastic. Okay, cool. Now, of course, we're going to want to make this look smarter with trees and things like this, which is all good. What's going on here? Why are these cars going so slow when they come to this bit? That's interesting, isn't it? Like, it's almost like they don't know where they're going because of my weird-ass road design. That's so funny. It's almost like they're kind of slowed down, like, coming across that section. I think I need to fix that because it's clearly not right. Maybe what we should just do is just have a single connection. This whole bit here is very weird. That's why it's weird, look, because it's got like there's some strange stuff going on here, guys. Let's see what happens if we put a 2-lane from this in here. Right there. That's cleaner. Our only trouble is going to be that, but I'll just fix it like so. No, that's too destructive. It's good using road anarchy, but it can be a bit too destructive sometimes. I'm just going to slightly alter this. If that's possible. Might not be possible. Damn it! Let's get this right before we have the bit coming up. This needs to connect further down, like here. That's where it needs to connect. But that just means that this is going to have to go further back. Which is not a problem, just means it needs slight alteration. Okay, there we go. Right, that's sorted now. Okay, so now that will work perfectly. As I say, it was just there, let's see. Perfect. So that's fine. That's working just no problem at all now. It's all going well, and all the traffic coming in. And this one is good. The only thing I don't like about that is how they have to turn to get onto it. I think this could be improved if we just do like a more straight connection like that. It wasn't terrible before. I mean, like they still have to obviously turn off to go that way, but it was just because it came in on an angle. It was like they almost had to turn back on themselves, which just was a bit stupid. Anyway, let's fix that now. That's sorted. Okay. There's no traffic lights on here. I put traffic lights on this bit. There we go. It just makes that whole section flow a bit better. Great. Okay. So everything's going well. We've got death care for the city here now, so that's going to work. Everything else is going fine, apart from my stupid food resources still for things. What are these guys complaining about? Not enough goods to sell. Okay. We'll keep expanding. Oh god, there's a fire in LB Lowlands. The fire engine has decided to take an unorthodox route. I love this game. The fire engine's just like, fuck it. The building was coming down anyway. Fire engine's just like taking out buildings. Was that really the most efficient way? Was that honestly the most... That was the quickest way to get to that section? Would it surely not have been quicker to just use the roads? Seriously. Honestly, that was the fastest route. It wouldn't have been quicker to just drive down the road. Jesus Christ. Well, at least they put the fire out, I guess. And look at the satellite dish. The, or observatory, whatever it is, way up on the hillside. Kicks out a ton of light. Not seeing any cars up here, though, look. You'd think there'd be cars up here. No, there we go. Expo Centre. It's loaded. Loads of activity. Look, loads of people in the parks. One thing we didn't get around to doing, did we, was putting our pedestrian pathways and potentially the metro section across there. But we'll do that next time. So anyway, there we go, guys. Good progress, good building, and everything is heading in the right direction. The whole city region is looking quite spectacular now. Very, very pleased. It's looking better than ever. And this has been a really enjoyable build so far. So we'll continue on next time, guys. Thanks for watching on this section. And I think next time, as I say, we'll continue on with some small refinements. And we'll check out Narkley's village over here and just general management. Sun's coming up. There we go. Looking very nice. Very nice. Cool, guys. All right, then. We will see you next time.